Hi folks, welcome again to another tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to perform a small experiment where I'm going to show you how you can generate electricity wirelessly. Yes, you hear me right, generating electricity wirelessly. So let's talk about a little bit of theory about the wireless power transmission. Basically it includes two coils. They are transmitter coil and a receiver coil, and when the transmitter coil is powered by AC current to create a magnetic field, which in turn induces a voltage in the receiver coil. To accomplish this, we use a DC power 1.5 AA battery, which is then converted into high frequency alternating current when it travels go past the copper windings by particularly designing electronics in the transmitter that we will discuss about. The AC, the alternating current, then boosts a copper wire coil in the transmitter, producing a magnetic field like I mentioned before, and when the receiver coil is in place in proximity of the magnetic field can make an alternating current in the receiving coil. In electronics, in the receiving coil then alters the AC back into DC, which becomes an operating power. So let's get rolling. The components that we need here, you need an NPN transistor. I'm using 2N2222. You can basically use any similar NPN transistor. 2N3904 may work as well. You need a low voltage LED. You need about 15 meter copper winding, 0.1 to 0.5 mm in diameter, and you need a battery, a AA battery, 1.5 volt. There are two steps to it. I'm not gonna go through these steps. As you watch the video, you can always go back and look at these two steps. So there are basically two steps. The step one would be making an emitter coil, which will be a transmitter. The step two would be making a receiver. And here are the sub steps. You can always look back. Here's the assembly and the schematic looks like. You have this transmitter right here. The NPN transistor, the emitter is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. You have the base, which is connected to the one end of the coil, transmitter coil, and then you have the collector, which is connected to the other end of the transmitter coil. You have the center tap, which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. If you look at the receiver on the top, on the bottom right corner of your screen, you'll see a coil here, which is a receiver coil, and the both ends of the receiver coil are connected to LED. Polarity doesn't matter, so you can connect any end of the LED to the coil. Tools were required for this experiment. We need some scotch tape, a knife, and a scissors, and a soldering gun, because I'm gonna make my connection solid by soldering. And the final look would look something like this. You see, you have your coils on top of each other. This is the receiver on the top, and you got a transmitter at the bottom connected to 1.5 volt AA battery, and you see the LEDs light up. So let's get rolling and let's get started, guys. Start working towards creating the transmitter first, and we need two of these things. The copper wire, I'm using this from BN Go. It's a 26 AWG. 155 degrees centigrade. It's got that red enamel coated on the copper wire, and I have this abandoned deodorant that I haven't used in many months sitting in my office. I'm gonna use that to make a coil. So let's get started. I'm gonna leave a small end here, this much, and then I'm gonna start making winding, going round and round, 1, 2, and I'm gonna have like 12 turns. Once we have 12 turns, we're gonna twist it a little bit and keep on doing it so we have enough turns, and this will be our center tap right here. Once we have the center tap ready, we are going to make another 12 turns. I'm now going to take this coil off, and you'll see that we will have 3 ends to it. I've made this knot right here, so and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side as well, just making sure everything looks okay. It doesn't go unwind, so just make a loop, and then and this stays pretty cool, and eventually we will tape it as well. So notice you got 3 ends. This is the center tap right here in the middle. On the right, this could be a starting point, and then on the left, this could be an end point. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to tape it. Take a little bit of tape right here. I'm going to split it into 2 pieces like this, and put it on this coil right here. And put it like this, okay? And I'm gonna do it on, over here and over here also. I'm also going to scrape off the enamel on the copper wire using this knife. You can use a cutter if you like. Make sure it is for the proper connection. It's extremely important, and as you see, I'm scraping it off. You see the red enamel is being removed, and you see the copper right here. You're gonna have to do it for the other 2 ends as well. For the center tap, and for the end point as well. We will now make a receiver, and again I'm gonna use this deodorant, and you can use anything that has like an inch and a half diameter. So 4, 5, 6, 24 turns. So I'm gonna do the same thing, loop this copper wire from one end and make a knot like this. So here is your receiver with 2 ends, and I'm gonna use tape again to make sure to secure the windings. Now I'm going to scrape off the enamel from the 2 ends of the receiver for the proper connections. So I have the transmitter on the left, and I got the receiver on the right. The transmitter had 3 terminals. This is the center tap in the middle. Each end is shaved off, so we don't have any enamel on it, and you see the copper wire, and that is what we're going to need when we need the connections. So all I need to do is to hook it up, my LED, solder it onto this receiver, and need to connect the NPN 2222 transistor, the NPN, to this coil right here. The center tap will be connected to the battery. So let's make the connection now. So now that I have the receiver already soldered to this LED, now I'm going to work towards my transmitter, where I have 3 ends. The center tap will be connected to the positive terminal of the battery. One of the end is going to be connected to the base of the transistor right here, and the other end is going to be connected to the collector, and the leftmost, which is the emitter, is going to be connected to the ground. So let's make those connections. Let's solder. Now notice here, as I get this coil, the receiver, close to the transmitter, the LED lights up. And this is the wireless energy is being transferred to the coil. The induced voltage then travels transmitted wirelessly to the receiver, and that lights up the LED. So that's pretty much it from this experiment. I hope you enjoyed it. This is something that you could do at your home. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.